What's going on, y'all? Brandon Snyder, team leader of Selling with the Snyder Group in the greater Houston area, your Houston real estate team. And today we're asking the age-old question, what the heck am I supposed to ask a real estate agent before I hire them? Before we get started, do me a favor, smash the subscribe button, like the video, and turn on notifications so you can continue to stay updated on Houston greater area real estate content and area content across the United States. We have partners everywhere we can get you connected with. So first and foremost, I want to give a little bit about myself. My name again is Brandon Snyder. I am a team leader of Selling with the Snyder Group out of Houston, Texas. My wife and I run a team together, and it is our absolute pleasure to help clients on a daily basis. So let's talk about some things when it comes to hiring a real estate professional. Number one, how many people did you help last year? The numbers skew and the data changes, but the average agent will help 12 buyers and sellers a year. There's 30,000 agents, and the average does about 4 homes a year. That's not a lot if you think about it. That's not a full-time job. That means that someone does that part-time. That's gonna bring us to our next question. Do you do this full-time or do you do this part-time? Asking this can be the difference between getting an experienced sales professional and someone who is unfortunately not gonna be there all the time for you. Now, this isn't a dig on people who can't do it full-time, because people have dual careers, they have lives and families, etc. But something we've noticed is that where the most complaints happen in the sales process is when you are not being catered to hand and foot through the whole process. It takes a full-time real estate professional to do that. The third thing that you should be asking is, what does your process look like? When we talk to buyers and we do a consultation or we talk to sellers, we let them know the expectations up front. This is what's going to happen. We lay it out in front of them and we give them an exact idea of what they should expect by working with us. It's so important that you lay the groundwork and let a prospective buyer or seller know what's going on, what's going to happen, so that you can be seen as the professional and guide them through the process. As a buyer or a seller, you're going to hire a real estate agent. You should be asking these questions. What does your process look like? What is your sales process? How are you going to market my home? What are you actually going to do to sell my home? What are you actually going to do to help me as a buyer? The fourth thing we should be asking, if you're asking me this question, I'm definitely going to answer it to the best of my ability, but it's, what areas are you proficient in? Are you proficient in area X? The greater Houston area is a huge metropolitan area. So there are plenty of neighborhoods and subdivisions, and most full-time real estate agents are actually diverse in the neighborhoods and areas that they know. Our team serves all the way an hour and a half north, west, east, and south. We just don't serve Beaumont, Texas, because that's a different MLS, and Galveston can get kind of choppy depending on what we're trying to achieve. So it's important that you ask, what areas do you know? Are you familiar with this neighborhood in Montgomery County? The salesperson to me would quite honestly tell you, well, I can become an expert in any of these areas in 30 minutes. The non-salesperson to me will actually tell you, hey, I'm not super familiar in that area, but I do have a colleague that I can get you there and actually show you around. Now, this dives into going into our team on our roster, finding who's in that area and who's proficient in that area, but also maybe finding a showing partner in that area that can show the home, that's knowledgeable in that area, and still get the job done. I'm never one to want to give up business, but if I don't know an area 2 hours away, I'm not going to go take that business because I'm doing a disservice to my clients. The most important question that I honestly would ask is, are you a solo agent or are you on a team? This is something that is a process question because the expectations need to be clearly communicated. This is something that does not happen a lot. Agents will not clearly communicate, hey, I'm on a team, or hey, I'm a solo agent, and this is how it's going to work, and this is how things work. This is what my team documents look like. This is what our brokerage documents look like. And then the buyer or seller might get confused and might not want to work with us. When we're talking to a prospective buyer or seller and they say, hey, how does your team work? I explain that just like I did earlier. I'm the team leader. I'm going to go show you homes, or hey, my agent's going to show you homes. They're going to write the offer. It's going to come from my admin at this email. This is what my wife and director of operations does. This is how they take care of you during the contract process. This is what earnest and option money looks like. So we've clearly explained how the team operates and how we get them from start to finish, whether it's a buyer or a seller. You should be asking that question. So I wanted to hop on here, give you a few tips on things you should be asking a real estate agent. I don't believe that there's 20 questions that you can ask. Those 6 questions should realistically give you a good idea if you're working with a professional or someone who's maybe newer, part-time, doesn't necessarily have it yet. Maybe they're not ready yet to take on potential client that is going to ask these questions, but you should be asking these questions if you are looking to hire a real estate professional. If you're looking to hire a real estate professional in the greater Houston area or across the United States, our team can help. Selling with the Snyder Group, our contact information is below, and we also have information so you can get connected with one of our trusted partners across the world and within the US. If you have any other questions, feel free to like and subscribe, shoot us an email, or shoot us a DM on one of our social medias. Thank you.